Hello, Henel here. Welcome back to another round of gaming, and today we're playing the horror at Highrook. And this one is going to be a new game we play on a Saturday after Never Second in Rome has been done. All of the chapters so far in early access. We wait for new content there. So instead we play a new one, and this one is Horror at Highrook. And this one is going to be more or less a story-driven game with a bit of, yeah. If you've played something like Stacklands, or yeah, it's a character-driven card game, I would say, and we have to solve a mystery. We have characters, we put them into different spots. So yeah. The Highrook estate. Highrook, an aristocratic eyrie of cold rock and rain, a melancholy shadow overlooking the port of Black Sands. At the summit of its grey cliffs lies the crumbling edifice of Acheron House. The Acheron family. Once respected by the city elite, the Acheron family fell from grace to become the subject of snide remarks and scornful whispers. Lord Acheron was a prominent book collector whose increasing interest in the occult saw him driven from respected academic practice. It is rumored he turned to the Seekers Communion for support shortly before his family's enigmatic disappearance. The Seekers Communion. The Seekers Communion is a secretive organization of mystics, seers, and exiled scholars. This clandestine group supports occult practices across the city and facilitates a black market for arcane goods. Officially banned by Black Sands Council, the collective continues its work in the shadows. Major Alliston. Council investigation. The vanishing of a noble house, however disfavored, cannot go unexamined by the council. The Blacklands mayor, Lord Alliston, has commissioned a gross-skilled team to investigate. A dilapidated stagecoach deposits the party at Highrook. The rain echoes eerily through the empty halls. So this one is a bit more like a bit of Stacklands. Or what was it? Cultist Simulator. If you've played Cultist Simulator, you know the drill and how this one works more or less here. So let's jump right into the story here. We are a team of, well, I don't want to say misfits, but a cross-skilled group trying to investigate this horror house. And yeah, the guilds, so far as I've read from it, are different guilds like more or less magic, thieves, different stuff. It's a bit more magical, steampunky, I would say, the setting, and they will have to work together to find the answer to this riddle, the lost family. We hide in the shadows of the world beyond. Adage of the Deep Spire Church, Chapter 1. And here we are. This is Highrook. The gameplay guide. Let's see. Welcome to the Horrors of Highrook, a card-crafting cosmic horror board game. You control a team of investigators sent to examine the disappearance of a noble family from the ancestral home. To progress through the game, you must combine characters and items in order to complete tasks across the ancient estate, experiment and explore the many mysteries to unravel. If you reach a dead end, turn your attention elsewhere for a while and try something else. A small set of inductory tasks are listed at the bottom left to help you get started. Down here, okay. A small set, you can close this window now and work things out as you play, or you can read the other sections in this guide to learn more about the game systems. I love to learn about the game systems before I play it, so to be ready, we do this. The game board shows the various rooms in a manner where you can conduct your investigation. Some locations will be unavailable when the game begins, and it's your job to work out how to access. You can get information about a room by selecting its tile bar or any of the squares that make up the room itself. You can zoom in and out. Okay, all rooms have attributes listed in the description. There is a mouth or lips, a key, food and drink, etc. The attribute is also associated with the room indicates which cards can be used here. For example, the mechanic device attribute is present on both the study code card and the machine room, meaning you can use the code in that location. Machine room. Okay. Cards. Cards represent characters, objects, and you can interact with them. Clicking on the card will give you more information. Okay, yeah. So this looks really like Stacklands and Cultist Simulator, of course. So these are task cards. Items can be used to focus on a task. Okay, task focus cards. Character cards, they need to work. Task support cards can add extra points. Okay. And information cards, they are just here for story purposes, I would say. Some cards have a glowing border. This means the card holds important story information you require to read before continuing with your investigation. Good to know. Tasks. Okay, that's the normal one. Tasks can be put some in, characters can be put in, and task support can be put in. Okay. Room task allowed to be present in the local. This character can contribute their attribute to a level's task. For example, Scholar Vitelli can contribute 1 key to the task of deciphering a notebook. Fine. Harder tasks require a higher level. That seems about right. For example, adding Palatino's pen might add another 1. Okay, once the approval met, perfect. If the task fails with the phrase, perhaps we should focus our efforts elsewhere for a while, it means that all the result cards are already on the board, but if you're a support card from the results charcoal, for example. Okay, characters. Investigating, you need to keep your team alive well. Each character has a set of skills in 4 vital statistics. Okay, injury, how hurt a character is. If it reaches 100, the character will be incapacitated and unable to perform any task except to recover health. Fatigue, this increases with each task performed. When characters become excessively tired, they might begin to fail at the tasks. Hunger, okay, and madness. Lose sanity when facing horrors. You can treat these negative conditions by sleeping in the guest room or consuming food or medicine in the dining. You can, okay. And timers. At the top right corner, over here, there's a sundial. This displays the current in-game time and number of days you have been in the manor. You can use the buttons beneath the sundial to control the speed of the game. Keyboards 1, 2, 3, and you can also pause, unpause with a spacebar. All tasks take a specific amount of time to perform. Certain game events are also triggered by the passage of time. Don't be afraid to pause frequently, especially if you want to read. Perfect. Button to access records panel is storage space for information cards. You can send information cards to the records panel by clicking to bring up a context menu using the button. Okay, I say we are fine. Okay, that is the pause button. We have 3 characters, 4. We've got Caligar, Hawk, Vitaly, and Esther. These are the 4 we have, and I guess this is hurt, sleep, madness, and hunger. Yeah, that's a good. Okay, introductory task, move to camera. With the right mouse button we can do that, or Q and E, we can zoom, pause and unpause with space, open the supply crate. Okay, first up there is the blue one. So this is the Highrook. Oh, we got a lot of storage space, we got a composer, whatever that is. And this is the estate. So what can we do? We have a dining room, we have a kitchen, we have a guest room, we have a machine room, a courtyard, archives, and a cliff top. Okay, I can click there. Okay, first, let's begin with the Blue Council missive. Dear investigators, by the order of the High Council, you are granted license to commandeer Highrook Manor and associated facilities. You have been commissioned to investigate the disappearance of the Acheron family, the owner of the estate, who were reported missing several days ago. The Acherons were all well known in the city, and their vanishing is concerning, especially considering a rumored affiliation with the Seekers' Communion. Please treat any evidence you might find as confidential and report immediately to the Council when your task is complete. A news report is included to provide further context on this unusual event. Lord Mayor Alliston. Okay. Scholar Vitaly. I see. Mayor Alliston is as conceited as always. His presumption that all city events require his involvement is so tiresome. I suspect that Blackhurst has been involved more for the political point scoring than out of respect for our knowledge. But perhaps I can track down books that Acheron borrowed from us last year. Vitaly sighs and rolls his eyes. So this is the scholar. Mechanist Astor, okay. Indeed, Vitaly, I'm equally tired of Alliston's pretty machinations, but the High Council provides us with the bulk of our funding, and as such we are obliged to respond. At least they have provided us with some tools to begin our work. We should take the supply crate to the machine room where I can extract its contents. And Atticus Hawk. I don't much like Alliston either, but he pays well, and I certainly don't trust bookworms like this Acheron chap. Nothing but trouble in all those old tomes. Atticus shuffles impatiently. Let's find these upmarked rules and get out of here. Spoken like a true Aldworther. Whitley shakes his head dismissively. Don't worry, my friend, you will be away from the books and back with the woodworms soon. Fewer insults, more action. Our remaining colleague, a doctor from Cairncross, will be joining us tomorrow. We should prepare for her arrival. Esther draws a mechanist key driver from her belt and approaches the crate. Okay. So, then let's check this. This is Atticus Hawk. Recalcitrant bundle of sinew and muscle. Hawk's blunt manners is intimidating as a statue. An orphan of the Elderworth docks, he works for others only when the arrangement suits him. He is a character level 1. He is fine, and the skills, he's got secret, sensation, roots, victuals, devices, and pass. Okay. This is Whitley, an occult of high standards. Titus Whitley is a shuffling encyclopedia of arcane lore. His knowledge of forgotten tongues and ancient tombs make him a formidable rambling consultant. Then we got the mechanist Esther, a professor of mechanics at Venatus College. Jane Esther has established her reputation for the construction of experimental semi-autonomous devices. She's obsessed with working of things, treating the world as an elaborate clock to be dismantled and rebuilt. Okay, they've got different things. So secret, sensation, root, rituals, yeah, incantations, songs, dreams, mysteries, substances. Okay, we have to see where this all leads. That's the missive sent to records. Then we got Senville Gazette. Vanishing at Highrook. The Akron family, one of the city's most eligible houses, has disappeared under suspicious circumstances this week. The delivery from the Direwish market is reported to have discovered the family's absence when he arrived at the Diftop Manor to deliver tinned fish. The boy, who has subsequently been treated for delirium, is reported to have spoken about seeing the place as if it's struck by a storm. The Akron family were not immediately found by a local tolsman, and their servants, a maid and an estate warden, also seem to have been missing for some time. The High Council announced that it has commissioned a cross-guild team to investigate its unique storable sent to records. Okay, what is else? There is the supply crate. Equipment provided by the High Council is sealed with an elaborate mechanics lock. We will need to take this machine to the machine room in order to open it. We can perform a task. Yeah, we need one mechanic, so this goes into the taskbar. The acrid smell of engine oil permeates the space, propagated by hidden fans and snaking ducts. Mechanical computers hum softly, anchored with cables like metal roots. Their punch cards, ports, eager for data. Supply crate, task card required, solution, no character, no support cards, total is 0. Okay, so if you put, yeah, device, okay, you both can do device, but we do the mechanist. I have to put her in here, right? Yeah, I have to put her in here, that gives us 1, she starts the task, it takes probably 2 hours. Then, Scholar Whitley. This is the courtyard, is intended to keep visitors at bay and deliver sheltered crimson, brambles scrambling chaotic across the neglected herb garden and clutch at the cracks in the old stone wall. We have nothing here, no tasks, okay. We've got the archive, boxes of artifacts and trinkets way down the dust-laden shelves, some book and others spilling open between the creaking stacks. Our books and folders lie piled in molded heaps like a papered stalagmites. Okay, I guess Whitley is going here, but we have no task for him now. The cliff top. The freezing cliffside is punctured by sparse trees and treacherous paths. Scrawny goats and ragged seabirds weave in and out of the salt mist. The smog of black sands rises up in the distance. Okay, so courtyard and cliff top. Roots, speedster monks. Yeah, okay, we can get ingredients probably here. Kitchen is a kitchen probably, least noble yet most welcome room in the manor. Its ancient stove still function well enough, yeah. What should be a viable space is ruined by the presence of disturbing claw marks across the main dining table. Can't see him on the picture, but fine. And the guest room, mattresses are uncomfortable and the bed linen is moth-eaten, but sleeping here still offers some respite. Okay, nothing more to do, we begin. Let's do it on 3. Opening the crate, step 3. Click on the room or its title bar and then select start task. Already did that. Open supply crate. Forage in the cliff and eat a basic meal. Okay, fine. Let's move on. Highrook Manor day 1. We are on hour 6. 7. Here we are. So, complete and in a timely fashion. The library codex. Task is this. Well-thumbed index from Blackhurst College describing the canonical organization of archives and texts. It should allow us to locate useful items within the organizational chaos of the archives. We can do something in the archives, so this goes over here. And we need one of the scholar. Who else can do this? Oh, Mechanist Esther could do this as well, but I think Vitaly is the man for the task. Fatigue went up for her. Okay, fine. Then we've got equipment note. Equipment note. The following items have been packaged and assigned to your team. Please use them as instructed. A spyglass, a high-quality binocular set from the workshop of Ashburg, intended for use in hunts or expedition. A night lamp. A sophisticated nightlight from the mechanist's workshop of Benatus. Its gentle hum and soft light promotes slumber even in disturbed. Okay, so this goes over here and the spyglass goes wherever. And the codex. Quartermaster. Okay, send this away. This is the lamp. A mechanist lantern from the Benatus workshop. Its clockwork heart produces a hypnotic hum when activated. This soporific sound combined with a soft scattering of dappled light is guaranteed to induce sleep. The act of sleeping reduces the fatigue of our characters present in the room. It may also provide us with and whatever that is. Or inspiration. We can perform tasks with this card in a guest room. Yeah, figured. Put it in the guest room. Okay, and the spyglass, a pair of ornate binoculars composed of burnished brass fittings and oil smudged leather. The lens stain the world a watery blue, but their magnification and focus are impressive. That's for the cliff top. Put it up here. And I would say we need this. So how about you are path? You have path, and you then send Atticus to do a cliff top task. 2 hours, 2 hours, and you can rest for a bit. I don't know how much rest gives, but dreams. Yeah, we need 0, 0. Okay, off we go. Everyone doing a thing. Is it longer than 2? No, it's also 2. Okay, what do we get? A few things. Let's begin up top here. Gift of the monkey, task support. A scampering shadow, a half-seen furry form darts around the machine room. Tools clatter and shelves creak, but the invisible interloper is not hindering. A hairy hand passes you the part you require, and a chattering giggle of fades into the air around you. Lingering vision, a source of inspiration. Max 1, single use. Okay, so we can only have one of those. Let's put it in the machine room. Does it support? What do I do here? Not matching card. Fine, we just leave it there. You can wait in the room here as well. What else do we got? Let's begin here. Puzzling journal. A collector of images and torn out pages crammed into an ink-stained notebook. Some of the text is readable, but much of it is written in some sort of cipher. We can perform a task with this card in a study. Where's the study? Oh, the study is up here. It's blocked. Okay, so we keep that in a temporary storage, so let's put it to the right here. That's a journal. Let's thumb through this once more. Oh, by the way, did this, yeah, fatigue went away. This gave 9% fatigue, and this gave 9 as well. Okay. Ancient grey in its dry stalk supporting a rough spiked ears, cultivated and cropped with the pretense of making stodgy bread, is less Puritan. Use of its fermentation is strong homebrew liquor. We can perform a task in the kitchen. Single use, max 1. Off into the kitchen you go. And the charcoal in a nugget of crumbling coal at dark dusk coats everything in a fine film, revealing the patterns of fingerprints and scars. We can use this to reveal hidden, marginal, and erased notes and journals and tomes. Gives us one of the secret thingies. Max 1, single use. Okay, keep that down here. And then I would say you do that again. You come... Oh, do you even have... What do we need? Victuals. Is that it? Yeah, victuals. You have that. Whew. Then you can cook that and you do your thing and we continue. Let's see the records. Yeah, that's all we have. Okay, fine. Stop. What is this? Moonshine? It's not sophisticated, but it's effective. We can drink this to calm a fretful mind and quieten the whispers of the night. We can perform a task in a dining room. Max 2, single use. Let's put it into the dining room. We need it there. There's another study code. A slip of creased card inscribed with the neat lines of numbers and symbols. It appears to be a key code of some kind. On the reverse surface, the image of a key is stamped on the blue ink. We can perform a task with this card in the machine room. Off to the machine room you go. And this is your job. So 1-1, and we don't need the gift monkey. Okay, it doesn't use the gift monkey, that's fine. 1 hour, perfect. What is this? Raven's Cap, a task focusing on dining. This ink-stained button mushroom represents the darker side of the foraging cuisine. When eaten raw, their rubbery flesh can prompt vivid hallucinations. Stomach pain would be gnostics, and cheap lotus eaters often report this plant as a free source of short-lived vision. We could eat a handful of these raw in the dining room if we are feeling lucky. Consuming these mushrooms raw can provide intel, inspiring, but also make you ill. Can we do something else for them? Can we work on those? No, we can't. Simon's note. Information. Yesterday, Pa made me get some weird necklace from the cave under the house. Down there, the tunnels get all twisted. Is there a cave? There's a cave. No. Child's room, schoolroom, laboratory, Lord's chamber, study, forge, well house, chapel, cellar. Nah, cellar maybe. Down there the tunnels get all twisted. It's scary. I think maybe smugglers left it for him. Pa said not to put it on, but it is shining when I dug it up like a red star. Okay, I wanted to wear it really bad, but it hurts when I did, like nettles all over it. Took it off quick. It's in a chapel now, over here. And Pa goes there at night and makes strange sounds like he's crying. I worry he's putting it on and it's hurting him like it hurt me. I hate it. I want to throw it away, but Pa says no. He's grumpy. He shouted at me the other day for doing drawings in the study, so now I play outside. I don't mind. I like watching the birds, but I feel extra cold today. Unique, storable. Off you go. Does it make... You started the progress already. Does it make a difference who I send on this journey for pass? That would be interesting. You know what we're going to do? You're going to do your library codex and you're going to eat that mushroom. Let's see. What else do we have? Oh, here. Hawk, Vitaly need a bit of... What was the sound? Ooh. Ah, that was the task completed. It had nothing to do with the mushroom. Okay. Yeah. Eat a basic meal. We don't have any meal. Anyway, gift monkey, there's nothing here. She can do paths. I want to put her down here. Why can't I put her... Ah, I need to highlight it first. Okay. You did do nothing. You're still working. You did something. Okay, let's begin with the Gideon's note. To whomever finds this note, do not follow my path. You will not find us. They have their threats in us. All of us. They pull and we cannot resist. If you seek us out, you too will be lost. If I can and before it is too late, I will close the doors, I will shatter the gates, and I will scatter the fragments. I beseech you, do not follow. I have made such errors of judgment, such acts of vanity and greed, for what? Who's Gideon, the main guy? This does not bode well. The first evidence of Lord Acheron we find in its garbled, paranoid rant. Perhaps Gideon was trying to escape the communion's grasp, or perhaps his occult obsession really had driven him insane. So it's disturbed. Atticus, I am no detective, but perhaps the Lord was up to no good, and this is him trying to cover his tracks. Atticus' brows knit together with suspicion. He could be trying to set us up for someone to take the blame for whatever happened to his family. Or maybe he just went mad and sitting up here with all these weird books. Do not be so quick to judge. Lord Acheron was an accomplished academic. I don't think he can simply dismiss his writings as the babbling of a madman. I feel there's truth in his words, disturbing though they be, but it is too soon to say what this outburst really means. Okay, we put that note into the record. What do we find? A simple trowel. Crooked trowel tarnished with age and spotted with rust. A scratched metal blade is dented, but the sharp edge is still strong enough to bite into the frosty soil. We can form a task in the courtyard. And what is this? A fragment, a piece of a puzzle, a fragment somewhat more. Dark traces, okay, symbols offer no glimpse of what the whole might be. Unique, single use. Okay, let's put that down here. I wanted to try, yeah, you can do pass, so I want her to do pass. And I want Atticus, Gift of the Bee, task support on chemistry. My blood buzzes as if my body is a hive, a busy factory filled with a countless chemical tasks of anatomy. I'm in awe of the simple alchemy of the everyday, a vision that lingers, offers a source of inspiration. Max 1 single use. Okay, that's a support as well. And here's still the moonshine. And Atticus, you go here. We try that. Okay, you can do that as well. Roots. Who has roots as well? You don't have roots. You can't do that. You can't as well. So the only one who can do it is you. Okay, move on. What is this? An echo. A shadow of a child is here sometimes. His presence flickers like a candle. Increase the madness level of nearby characters every hour. Ugh. Transient, immovable. Cryptic journal. A small folio of notes and diagrams scribbled in Lord Acheron's distinctive hand that is written in a more complex cipher than previous entries. 2. We can perform a task with this card in a study. Ooh, we have the study now. Right. When the echo is gone, we will put someone in a study with the journal and this. Who can do secrets? You can't do it. You can't do it. Only you can. Okay. Can someone else do the archive memory? Yeah, you can. Okay. How about we put another codex round in until we are ready? And the ghost is gone because it's 2 hours, 3 hours around-ish. Eat a basic meal. I don't have any meal, so yeah, let's see. My guess is the courtyard gives us something here. Dreamleaf. A fragile rose with a crown of deep purple petals. Concoctions made from this delicate plant are rumored to instill vivid dreams and nightmare visions. The city's mystic often adores it, uses catalysts for seances and future fortune-telling. Laboratory up here. Okay, so we put you down here for now, and yeah, we have around 24 hours until it's dead. Healing Sprig. Tasks focus this. Although they are unremarkable to look at, the small flowers are renowned for their healing properties. We could process the petals in laboratory to create a restorative treatment. The protein max 1 single use. That was also chemistry, so we put you here. Oh no, that's a task. Put the task up here. Put that, yeah, wherever. You know what, we put it right here. Don't know what the composer does. A space to gather fragments of meaning and make them whole again. Yeah, okay, then I guess that's a fragment that's fitting. Tasks, tasks, tasks. This is something and this is support. Oh, we need this one in here, in the study. That's the key. What else? How we looking? No eating today. We can't do any of this, so you start this again. There's another cap. Raven's cap, we can put it here. And there's another moon grain, single use. And we have 2 moonshines, okay. Could you... Yeah, you can. So you can do this. That's 2 hours. 1. Okay, what is this? Mr. Mouse. Number 1. Mr. Mouse lived in a house. Not his house, but the house of a great king. Some people don't want mice in their house, but the king was always asleep and dreaming. So Mr. Mouse was free to wander the house without fear. Most mornings Mr. Mouse would climb up the curtains and look out the window, gazing across the ash-colored land of the evil river beyond. He knew that the river was the place where visitors would arrive, their feet making pretty patterns in the ash-gray sand. He wanted to visit the river, but he was afraid that he would get lost on the way. So instead of venturing outside, he would watch and whisper. Unique storable. Okay. What can you do? Mystery. Ah, you can study. Yeah, we want to wait. Dreams, songs, incantation, memories, and secrets. Okay. You go here. We wait a minute. I don't want to start a 2-hour action when we can do this. You're doing your thing. Oh, you know what? Do we wait? How much does it reduce my... How much does it reduce fatigue? Well, I don't think we need to for now. Let's just wait until the ghost is gone. And it is gone. And then we begin with, let's do the level 1 with Scholar Vitaly. Yeah, start that. You're doing your stuff. Where's the ghost gone, by the way? It's gone, right? Yeah, it's gone. Focus Fern, a clutch of leather leaves the color of an overcast day when steeped in boiled water to serve a resort and brew that can help focus and study. Okay. Transient. We've got the moonshine, the second one. Can we stack them? No, we can't. Okay, then put this down here. That's a task support, right? Yeah, task support. Is that what this logo is? No, that's usable. Don't know what this is. Okay. The focus fern. No, you go down here. I want you to try this. You can do this. And an oil bud is a greasy, thick-stemmed plant. Its white branches lined with rows of waxy buds. Engineers and apothecaries can frequently cultivate this plant, crushing its buds for natural lubricants they contain. Okay, laboratory. We don't go there. So this is here as well. In a few hours, our colleague comes. I hope we can get into the laboratory then. Who's the one missing here? Caligar, whatever he is. Yeah, she said, right? He's an apothecary. What a word. Okay, it's getting nightimey. There's another fragment. Let's put that down here for time being. Looks like a circle, maybe. Let's leave it there. We still have the charcoal here, and with Gideon's note 2. I have the Valhalla here and the fragment to accompany it, but at what cost? My son brought more than just a relic back from the depths. He is afflicted with some unearthly wasting disease. The doctor from Cane Cross could not help him, and he's now so frail that I fear he may not recover on his own. I hope to find some assistance for him via my work or from the Seekers. Perhaps a cure lies somewhere within the walls of Nibiru. In the meantime, I'm sealing the chapel. Just as I have closed the laboratory, I don't want anyone else to stumble across the work and end up injured. Record. So the kid we've seen, the ghost, is it his son? Maybe. How do I eat a basic meal if I don't have any meal stuff? Don't get it. Task focus is a moonshine. We can perform a task with this. Okay, we need to do it here. We're doing a focus fern. Someone is gonna take that. We've got the cryptic journal. Ah, and the charcoal is already used. Perfect. Then you go, do this. And we move on. What did you find? The booster matrix. A machine overload card, traced with logic and yellowed with time and used in a mechanics device. This item can aid. Okay, put that here. Open tea, owl tea, an aromatic brew made from the leaves of the focus fern, subtle infusion that helps focus the mind. Max 1 single use. Okay, in here. These are all single use. Yeah, they're all single use. So we can oomph up our stuff here. Atticus, you're gonna do the moonshine, whatever that does. We're gonna try it. We have a second one here as well. You do... Yeah, we can't do much, right? You do another one of these. That's a moonshine. It's a good stuff. What did it do? It reduces madness. Is that it? Yeah, quietens the mind. Okay, reduces madness. Fatigue is on 50%. So let's try to see what happens when I put him to sleep. If the 50% go away. Yeah, we've got this one. We're gonna eat that one next. And there's Gideon's note 3. Simon's illness is worsening. The communion tells me that the only cure lies in pressing onwards, but I've already unleashed things I've never wanted to see. This morning the spawn of the first circle came again. Writhing, putrid grubs, spilling out of the cracks in the boards. I do not know how to appease them, and I'm so tired. Things are becoming untethered. In my fatigue, I have misled the Valhalla tier, or if it has mislaid itself. I must begin hiding the tools and ritual fragments. I cannot have my family fall prey to their effects again. Send to the records. There's another fragment. Yeah, that looks about right. Or is that here? We'll see. And there's a Seeker's Letter. Dear Gideon, the fragments of lore you are compiling are symbolic shards, scraps of scattered knowledge. They may seem incomprehensible in isolation, but gather them all and absorb their lessons. Only then will you assemble the whole. Will a new rite will be formed, okay? The opening eye, the ashen hammer, the fallen sky, the broken spear. Each incantation opens the mind to deeper power and knowledge. Persist, brother, you are close to communing with the first cycle of Nibiru. Once the eye has been opened, you will truly begin to see the glory that awaits, the communion. Okay, how about we eat that with the scholar? Let's see what happens. What did you find? A Seeker's Letter number 1. Dear Gideon, your efforts have been noticed. You are now you are new to the communion, yet we already sense great potential in your practice. As discussed, we will aid you in your work and provide such guidance as we can. In return, you must follow that guidance and pledge yourself to our order. As you are aware, Highrook rests above the Black Sands undercoves. A network of subterranean smuggling routes and hidden chambers and old Seeker sanctuaries still lies within those caves. Okay, descend and locate this shrine if you can. We believe objects of great power still remain there, hidden in that gloom, the communion. So, what can you do? You can do paths. Okay, then you do paths. We need some food, it seems, but I haven't found food so far. Guest room is done. 50% is definitely here. Okay, then we can try with Vitaly. We push him even further and see what happens. You go down here, I guess. What is this? Gift of the Snake. Task support for wherever this is. Coiling around my lips like a second skin, but I'm not afraid. They hiss, they caress, whisper dark secrets to me. A vision from a dream, a source of inspiration. Only one of those. You go do courtyard things, you go do clifftop things, and you have the gift of the owl. Task support, single use, an ash grey owl perched upon my shoulder. It dishes played eyes. Dish played eyes absorb the world. It sees between the furrows, between the lines, rooting out its prey with patience and reception. A vision that lingers, offering a source of inspiration. Okay. Did I get ill from this? No, I did not. No conditions. Good. We want to keep him awake a little bit longer. So you're gonna do your library thing. What else is there to find? Ooh, there's a raw meat. A chunk of meat cut from a trapped hare. Its scrawny flesh might have made a decent meal when cooked. So let's finish the introductory tasks. You do that. And there's a moon grain. And we only have one moonshine, so we can do a second one. Oh, it's midnight. Day 2. A focus fern again. We can work that into a special. You can do your spy thing again. Do that. And what else did we find? Tracker's Guide. How to find the salt hare, the broken twig, sign of the storm, where the wild things may be. We have uncovered a selection of expeditionary notes that might serve to aid our exploration on the cliff tops. Okay. It's a single use, one time. Okay. Yeah, the scholar does it again, I think. Nothing else to do here. Yeah. Let's see when the other guy comes in. Ooh, there's the echo. What does the echo do? Level nearby every hour, okay. So in the second hour there should be madness going up here. Basic meal. It's not tasty or fragrant or even warm, but it's sustenance. It is sustenance. You can eat all this together in the dining room to reduce hunger. We can all eat this. We can perform a task for this. Okay. Does it mean I put all the characters in there to eat? Okay, we try that. You are all finished nearly, so let's do that. Okay, you got madness now, right? 5%. Okay. Charcoal was where? Yeah, that's just as well. So we got now 3 use items for secrets. We got the mushroom. I think the last one who hasn't eaten a mushroom is, I think, her, Mechanist Esther. Who's hungry? 16, 16, 10. Oh, puzzling journal. Collection of images and torn out pages crammed into an ink-stained notice book. Some of the text are readable, much of it is written in some sort of cipher. Up here. How about we do this? Ah, okay, we can't eat together here. Well then, no need to do it. You can start that task. You can do the focus fern. Do that. That's a basic meal. We can leave that there. Or we can put it here for now. That's a meal as well. And Atticus, you go here and start shoveling again. Vitaly needs to sleep at some point. We're gonna push that even further. Let's see. Everyone finished. There's another fragment. This looks about right. And there's another focus fern. Take it. What happened? Why didn't I get a new thing? Made from the leaves. Oh, I already had one. Oh, okay, so you don't need that. Put that in here. Moongrain, that's something we can do. My bad. Then you do that. You can do that. Gideon's note number 1. The dream leaf potions are working. I don't have one. There's a dream leaf. I can't do much with it. Okay. I took another one last night at bedtime, and in my slumber I saw it. A relic of Valhassa, a glowing shard of light, an ancient pendant buried in a deep chamber of the undercoast, just as the seeker said. I sent Simon down to find it. My old eyes are worse than his, and he loves to explore the caves. He's nimble, and the Ichthys sleep even lower than the seeker's caves. I knew he would be safe. Following the outline of my dream, he found the pendant, returning it proudly to me, his eyes bright with excitement. I have one day to show him the wonders he helped bring forth, but for now, just a few more fragments and I can complete the first steps of my journey. So, we need to build a dream leaf potion and then sleep? Did I read that correctly? Sounded like it. Okay, the echo is gone. The echo is here. Ooh! Day 2, the doctor has arrived. Dr. Kelligar. Apologies for my late arrival. I had to visit a patient in Darwich yesterday. The fellow had developed Klexen's compliance. Bones like rubber. Most intriguing. Dr. Kelligar's fingers lace and unlace. Coincidentally, my guild was summoned here recently to tend to the Acheron's son. He was suffering from an unusual infection. Unfortunately, my colleagues were unable to diagnose the cause. Dr. Kelligar, your late arrival is worth no matter. We have barely unpacked our own equipment. The mansion is somewhat disturbed and various chambers are inaccessible, sealed with mechanic locks. I believe one of those locations might house a simple laboratory that you could make use of when we gain access. I suspect as much. My colleagues sensed foul play when they visited here before. Lord Acheron was adamant that our team should not investigate without his supervision. Luckily, a junior analyst had the foresight to retain the laboratory code. We should be able to gain access using the copy I have here. Very smart, Mr. Kelligar, but it don't surprise me. You were sharp as a blade when you fixed up me and me crew from keel fever last spring. Saved us from a right reckon, you might say. Atticus seems almost coy. I owe you one. If you need any alchemy supplies or help with shifting stuff, just let me know. Okay, second day. How far are we? Oh, we are on 45 minutes. So, day 1 done. And I think this is a perfect place to stop the first day. And yeah, we're gonna do the lab code next time around. A slip of card. Yep. That goes over here. We're gonna do that the next time around, and then we're gonna see Dr. Kelligar in action. Alice Kelligar is the head of infectious studies at Cancross Yard. Her skill with the syringe and the scalpel is second only to ability as a laboratory technician. Rarely seen without her mask, even by her colleagues. She hides her face and her history under the raven's brow. Oh, she's got fatigue already. And she has got mysteries. Yeah, so him and Vitaly and Kelligar can do mysteries. She's got substances. Does anyone else have substances? Yes. I think we have 2 of each. If I see that correctly, from a matrix point, I think we have 2 of each. And each one, okay. I hope they level up at some point. Let's see. Anyway, that is that. Next time around, we will start rummaging through the laboratory, wherever it is. I don't. Up here, the laboratory, and then we can finally make use of this stuff and the healing sprig and all that stuff. So yeah, I hope you liked it so far, and we will see each other next time when the others finish their tasks and the doctor opens up the laboratory. And then we see what happens here and what lies beneath Highrook. Until then, bye bye.